Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Heather, and if you're brand new to my channel, you don't know this, but if you did watch my last video, you know that I suddenly have so much time on my hands. So I thought, why not tackle some projects around my apartment that I've been putting off because I just haven't had the time to do them. So the first project I'm going to work on is cleaning and kind of reorganizing. I mean, I had reorganized my fridge not that long ago, but I don't think I touched my freezer in a long time. But definitely cleaning my fridge and my freezer. So what you're looking at right now are the befores. The freezer had a bunch of blue marks on it from ice bags. I don't know if you saw the ice bag that had just, it's blue packaging. So every time I slid it in and out of the freezer, it would leave a blue scuff mark on the inside of the freezer. So I had to do that. There were a bunch of crumbs, which you'll see later when I actually take everything out of the freezer. And I also wanted to clean the outside of the fridge. So you see there are these, I don't know, I guess fingerprint marks or just dirt marks. I honestly have no idea what it is. Maybe things that were dripping down, maybe scuff marks from my shoe, not quite sure, but I wanted to take those off. So here you see I am taking everything out of my freezer. There's not that much in there, but it's empty now. And look how gross it was. I don't know if I've ever cleaned my freezer. It just had all these crumbs, and there are those blue scuff marks I was telling you about. It was time. So I don't know why the color of it changed, but I'm just taking a damp microfiber cloth, and no product or anything yet, just getting all the crumbs out. There were a lot. This actually took a really long time. I'm sure there was a more efficient way to do it, but there you go. So now I'm taking some of the pink stuff and working on those scuff marks. So there were scuff marks on the bottom against the wall. I zoom in here a little bit, but then it gets blurry because it's all white. But there I'm tackling those blue scuff marks, and you see in the next clip that they're all gone. The pink stuff is amazing. It's my favorite cleaning product that I own for sure. So one of the main reasons I really wanted to film this video is because I wanted a new way to store my ice. I got this acrylic bin from Amazon. I know, I'm sorry, I'm supporting Amazon, but what are you gonna do? So I just needed to clean it a little bit. I'm sure it's relatively clean, but just kind of that factory muck. I don't know. I have been told you need to clean things before you use them, but I'm just using dish soap and water to clean this because this is where I'm going to be storing my ice. I've just been really tired of getting ice out of the bag, and then also having a bag that keeps adding these blue scuff marks to my freezer. So just leaving that to dry for a little bit, and then once it was dry, I put it here in the freezer, and now I'm dumping the ice in. Yay! So this was really the inspiration for this video, what you're seeing right here. Boom, done. Now I'm just putting everything back, kind of needing to do a little bit of mini reorganization, but not that much. Obviously there's really not a lot in my freezer right now. I need to make smoothies and use up some of those frozen veggies, that's for sure. And then I'm just breaking up the ice with a butter knife. I was trying to tackle one section at a time just so things weren't out in my apartment for a really long time. My apartment is actually currently 87 degrees on the inside because that is pretty much the temperature that it is outside. So I was trying to work quickly because things were melting and getting warm. But here is the door of the freezer. It's not too bad, but I actually don't think I've ever cleaned the freezer. I don't know why. The fridge I remember cleaning, but the freezer not so much. But here I'm taking, I think this was either a Clorox wipe. Wow, I did this like an hour ago and I already forgot. Either a Clorox wipe or just a paper towel. And then because it was wet from kind of thawing as it was open, I think it was just really easy to wipe out. There was nothing, I didn't really have to use a lot of elbow grease to get things out. And here I am just putting everything back in the door in a slightly nicer configuration than it was before. Ooh, that rhymed. And taking the pink stuff to remove the scuff marks from the door of the freezer. Now I'm taking everything out of the fridge. Obviously, that's what you see. What you don't see is me throwing out the stuff that I decided not to keep, but it wasn't much. So you obviously need to take everything out before you can clean it, and just doing one section at a time. I left the door for a while. So the shelves, I thought, hey, they don't look too bad. Let me just take a Clorox wipe and wipe them down. And I am pulling them out, and I start to see on the underside especially, it almost looks like egg yolk. I have no idea. But it was on the underside of the shelves, so I never noticed them. You'll see close-ups of it later, but I just set them aside for now because I'm like, I just can't deal with this right now. But I do clean it later on in the video. But here I am just cleaning the walls of the fridge. Again, this is just a Clorox wipe. And here you go, some nice close-ups. I look at this and I just think, how? Why? How does that happen? I don't know. Anyway, so finishing up cleaning the walls. Now I've got the microfiber cloth and cleaning the bottom there. Really, nothing was really stuck. I think it was just, maybe it's just dust and grime. I don't know. It just kept coming back in, Anyway, so this is the very, very bottom, kind of underneath where the drawer would be, the bottom crisper drawer that I am cleaning up. And look, it is so clean. Almost. Okay, there it is. And I took out the very bottom shelf, and underneath was just some muck. So vacuumed out the big chunks. Ew, that sounds gross. And now this is a Clorox wipe again. Look at that! Ugh! This is so gross. But this is the satisfying part to me, just seeing the muck that you didn't know was there, but for some reason it's so satisfying seeing it gone. And then here in this little crease, I'm actually using some oven spray, like oven cleaner, and a scraper there to get out that gunk, which I just have no idea. I don't know if that's my ick or if it's the ick from whoever lived here before me, 4 years ago. I don't know. Or combination thereof. I don't know. Because I don't remember ever cleaning it with a scraper. But I felt like being really thorough today. So it's probably the last time I'm going to clean this fridge before I move out this thoroughly. So I thought, hey, why not do it now rather than when I'm stressing out about moving? So that bottom shelf was clean. So I'm just sticking that back in there. And now I'm cleaning the crisper drawer with the oven cleaner and a microfiber cloth. And it all came up pretty nicely. There were a couple little scuff marks in there that I ended up using some of the pink stuff to really brighten up, It's that. I was rubbing it a little bit hard and it wasn't coming off, but you'll see. There it is. Whoop! The pink stuff. I love it. I love the pink stuff. Comment down below if you know about the pink stuff, if you've used the pink stuff. If you've not used the pink stuff, go get the pink stuff. This is not sponsored by the pink stuff. I just really like it. And now that that's clean, I'm putting that back. Okay, here we go. These are the shelves. This is the bottom of the shelves. What is that? I have no idea. I don't know. It could be from me or it could be from the person who lived here before, but just taking some oven cleaner and with a little bit of elbow grease, a little more than a little elbow grease right there, I was able to remove it. This is the second shelf. So again, on the underside, there was just this yellow dried on something. Mystery ick. I don't know. It could have been maybe like Indian food sauce, like a curry sauce, if it was my fault. If this is my ick, that's maybe the ick that it could have been, because I can't think of any sort of egg yolk kind of thing that would have gotten underneath there. But anyway, shelves are back in, and this is how it looks, all clean on the inside without any of my food or drink in there. I did realize that a minute later that I put the shelves in wrong, but I excuse me, but I fix it in a little bit. So here I am as I'm putting the food in, I realize that is not how my shelves were before. So let's fix that. Another thing you'll notice as I'm putting things back is, wow, that girl has a lot of ginger beer. Tyler bought me a ton of ginger beer because I am obsessed with Moscow mules, and I make them not a lot. Like, I don't drink a lot, but when I want a Moscow mule, I want a Moscow mule. So there you go. That's all the ginger beer. And I did just buy in my last video a bunch of my favorite fall creamer, the Kroger pumpkin spice creamer. So I have a bunch of that in there too. So now I am tackling the doors. This is where I went through and probably found the most kind of expired sauces and condiments and things. I'm not a big sauce or condiment person. That's all Tyler. So he would just randomly buy stuff, but I finally went through and saw, oh, these are old. I'm going to throw them away. And then the fridge doors weren't that bad. There was a little spot of what I think was sriracha, but otherwise, I mean, a little dirty, but not too bad. So I'm taking a Clorox wipe again and just cleaning them out. I could not get those shelf covers off. I don't know. I was afraid I was going to break the fridge, so I just cleaned around them. One of them had started to come off, but I didn't know how. Just by itself. Ooh, so clean, so fresh. And here I am sort of sorting through the food, the stuff to my left. My left? No, my right was what I was throwing away. So this is what I'm putting back in. More creamer. Ooh, this is the question of the day for you. Comment down below, what is the jelly that you put in your peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? Is it strawberry? Is it grape? Or is it something else? Let me know. I'm curious. More ginger beer. So I didn't clean the ice tray on camera before. If you saw, it looked really gross. But all that was in there was just, I used to freeze coffee to put frozen coffee in iced coffee, but I haven't done that in years, and I just never cleaned my ice cube tray. So I finally cleaned the ice cube tray, and I thought, why not actually put water in there and make ice water cubes? So anyway, I had to rearrange the freezer door a little bit and slide in the ice cube tray to make actual water ice that I use all the time because it's so freaking hot in my apartment. Okay, anyway, now we are cleaning off the scuff marks from the refrigerator door, again with the pink stuff. And just kind of doing some finishing touches, so seeing what I can get from these little creases of the freezer. Really trying to make it look nice and spick and span, shiny and new, making my life a little bit easier when I do move out in 6+ months. I switched over to the Scrub Daddy just to see if that made it a little easier. And then there was a spot here that I realized might not be food. I think it's glue, like gluing the pieces of the fridge together. So I just sort of left it alone. It's not really bothering me. But any other scuff marks I was removing. So here we go. Here is the before of what my fridge used to look like. And here, or that's the freezer. And here's what the freezer looks like now. Not a big difference. I would say just the ice bucket being just like a little mini thing I wanted to do to try to make my life a little bit easier. So, and then that is what the freezer door used to look like. There you see a little bit of the yucky ice cube tray, and here's what it looks like now with water in the ice cube tray, and it's a little bit better organized. Here's what the fridge used to look like. The food organization aspect of it is the same. Those acrylic containers I also got from Amazon probably closer to like 6 months ago or something. So I've had those for a while. I didn't really change the way I organized my food. It was mainly just cleaning the yuck from it. So as you can see, there's really not much of a difference aside from the actual fridge itself being cleaner. So, and here we go. Here's what the door looked like before. This probably is the biggest difference in the fridge. There are fewer things, and it looks a little bit nicer. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. Comment down below anything you want. I don't care. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye.